on.
What's good, y'all? Day 2, day 3, doing it. Still, Icasted. You know how we do it. This place is so big you can't even do it in one day. We're gonna get it done. Real English fishing. Let's go.
Hey guys, Morgan here from Live Target. We're hanging out at Icast 2018 in Orlando, Florida. I'm here with our hollow body crawfish, which just won new product showcase, best of freshwater soft lure. So what this lure is a combination between a hollow body and a jig. So when the fish bites it, the principle of it is this presses down and you're able to set the hook on the fish. So it has floating pincers. When this thing sits on the bottom, these pincers float up just like that. And it has a hollow cavity in there, so you're able to add scent as well. And when it drops down on the bottom, you're going to see a bubble trail generated. It's also, when you sit it down on the bottom, it has a jig head which stands up every time it sits down, and it's available in 3 sizes. The middle size is 1/2 ounce and the smallest is 3/8, and it's available in 8 colors and will be out by November. We're excited. This is our new Commotion Shad. So what this is a hollow body topwater bait with a blade that is retrieved across the top, and it's just going to make a bunch of noise in the water. It's weedless design, so you can still fish it in thicker cover, and you just cast it out, straight reel it back, and it's going to send out a lot of sound in the water. So we have 2 different sizes. This one here is the 3.5-inch version, and this one is the 2.5-inch version, and then there are 6 different colors in this bait as well. So this is our new hollow body shiner. This bait was actually modeled after our Icast winning hollow body mullet from last year. We had a lot of demand for this product in the freshwater market, so we made one specifically for the freshwater guys. So this is available in 3 sizes and 6 colors, and it's a single hook design for better hookups. Due to the slender body, we weren't able to get a double hook in there. So this is a walking bait, so you just cast it out, skips really nice. You get it under the docks, get it in the thickest cover where you wouldn't be able to get a traditional walking lure. Continuing on to our bait ball spinner rig, we launched this at Icast last year, and we have 3 sizes in this, 3 frame sizes with 2 weights in each frame size. So you have everything from a 1/4 ounce up to 3/4 of an ounce. And the nice thing about this lure is you don't need a big specialized rod to throw this, so anyone can tie this on and fish with it. And so the principle behind this is there's 3 teaser fish and 1 target fish. We added in the willow leaf blade in the center of there to add some extra vibration, so not only are fish going to be able to see this bait, they're going to feel it in their lateral line as well. So there's 4 new colors for this year. The crystal mylar, which as you can see has a blue mylar flash strip inside of it. The blood red minnow, the smoke mylar minnow, which again on the inside of this bait has a mylar strip, and then the gold perch. So guys, thanks for coming down to the Live Target booth at Icast and checking it out. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show.
Now we've wandered on over here to St. Croix rods. Some of the best rods on earth is what their logo says. This right here is the Bass X. And it's really an amazing pull. I mean, I'm just holding it, the length, the sturdiness, the butt of it doesn't hit you in the stomach or the hit, you know, when you cast it, and I think it's an amazing rod. We're gonna get a little bit of info from some of the guys from St. Croix, so let's get it done.
Hey folks, Dan Johnston here with St. Croix Fishing Rod Company, the 2018 Icast show here in Orlando, Florida. And we are super blessed and super lucky and super happy because we won last night, thanks to you folks, our fellow angler consumer base, and all the great people that we surround ourselves with. We won the freshwater rod category, the saltwater rod category, and the fly rod category. To walk you through these real quick, folks, Mojo Yak, a kayak-centric series, 6 spinning models, 2 casting models, with a shortened handle for maneuverability around a personal flotation vise and a custom wind grip to tack it up when it gets wet. Legend Glass, the first ever linear S glass rod built on St. Croix's proprietary IPC mandrel. This thing will throw those trouble little crankbaits that like to tumble into the wind. It's 7 foot 2 inches long and a medium power with a moderate action. And last but not least, Mojo Trout, 11 models from 2-weight to 7-weight, 2-weight to 4-piece, and 11 models. This thing short loads, it protects tippet, it's lightweight, it's going to be awesome at a great price point. So check out our website at stcroixrods.com and welcome to the St. Croix family.
Hey there, I'm Dave Rose. I'm hanging out in the Seagar booth here at Icast 2018. Seagar, synonymous with fluorocarbon line, with Superline, even with monofilament. They make the best. They're making it easier starting 2009 for you to come to a display in a store and pick out the Seagar you want. You'll notice that the labeling is changing a little bit. You're going to see the big Seagar name, so you know you're in the right spot. They're going to be able to pick out what model. One thing they're doing with their very famous Invisex. Invisex usually comes in 200-yard spools, but now they're doing it in what they call the quarter pounder, and that's a 600-yard spool. You're saving 10% just by buying this, and there's no waste. You know how sometimes you get to the end of a small spool, you got 40 yards left or something like that? So right there, new bulk spool, 600 yards of Invisex. Their Smackdown line, one of their braids that is super thin diameter. It always came in that special Seagar green. Well, this next year, they're actually coming out with what they call flash green, and I don't happen to have a spool in front of me, but they also have a stealth gray. New product. Now, this is exciting. If you love your Seagar fluorocarbon, you know that the blue label has always been like the top of the line for companies everywhere. Gold label, 17% thinner than the blue label, 18% stronger. It's amazing stuff. This is going to come on this large spool. It's got what they call the level wind technology, meaning that line is wrapped. It doesn't overlap each other when it's on the spool, so there's no stress on the line even before you buy it. Again, this is Dave Rose thanking you for stopping by the Seagar booth 2018. Look for Seagar products in the store. This is going to be an amazing line.
Z-Man rods and lures. Obviously, this is their craw. Little action. If I was a bass, I'd bite it.
You're having just as much fun as I am, aren't you?
Man, I'm having more fun.
Hi, I'm Glenn Young, National Sales Manager with Z-Man Fishing Products at the 2018 Icast show, talking about some of the new stuff that we're releasing this year here at the show that I think you guys are really going to like a lot. We'll start off with the saltwater piece. We didn't bring a lot on the saltwater stuff, but what we did is really good. I'm going to start off with a new jig head that we just brought out called the Weedless Eyes Jig Head. It's this guy right here. It's got the oversized eye on it. We've done really, really well with this series, but one thing we got asked for a lot was a weedless version, and now we have it. It's got the wire weed guard right there. This deflects grass really, really well. So anytime you're fishing a lot of grass or vegetation areas, whether you're swim baits or whatever, this guy right here is going to get the job done. It comes through the grass very, very clean. And it has the 2 barbed keepers on there, and then this wire weed guard here that deflects grass easily. And one of the things that we brought out along with that was a new bait called the Trout Trick Jerk Shrimp. And what it was is, one of the things we didn't have in the lineup was a backward swimming shrimp. And you think about shrimp, when they swim, when they're getting away, where do they go? Backwards. So now we have a backward swimming shrimp with the nice little legs on here, good details here. These have little paddles at the end of the antenna right here. And since this is made out of Elastec, we don't have to worry about pinfish or anybody grabbing these little legs and breaking them. These are going to hold up. And if you got toothy fish, no problem at all. Elastec's going to hold up to that. And it's also a buoyant material, so when you rig this on a jig head and put it on the bottom, it's going to stand up, and it's going to move, and it's going to breathe, and it's going to come to life. So when you rig this guy, here's one of the keys right here. Rigging this guy here on this jig head, you got those barbed keepers right there. When I get to the keeper part of this, here's the key with the Elastec. Grab that material and pull it up onto the keepers, just like that. Locks it right in place, and it's not going to tear, but now you've got a bait that is locked on solid onto that jig head that's not going to go anywhere. That baby's on there now. You put that weed guard in place, and I've got a pre-rigged shrimp ready to go. ready to throw anywhere I want without any trouble at all. So I think you guys are really going to like that. And you can check that one out at zmanfishing.com. Now I'll show you one other thing we're really excited about for the freshwater guys, and this is going to cross over a little bit too into the saltwater, especially SoCal guys. I think you guys are going to love this one a lot. This one is called the TRD Cross. All right, and tell me that doesn't look like most of the crustaceans that you've got in your water out there. This little guy right here has a lot of really cool lifelike features on him, including these little appendages right here. And if you look at these fins right back here, those little fins help it glide down instead of falling straight down to the bottom. It gives it a gliding action on the way down, and it also resembles the tucked in tail of a fleeing crawfish. So you've got a lot of little features, but one of the cool things is these round claws on her. Because elastic is a buoyant material, these claws are going to sit straight up in the water and sit there and move and breathe. And we'll put one in the water for you in a second, but one of the things we've got that you can rig this thing on now for all you Ned rig fanatics out there is we have the finesse bullets. And we do this in a variety of weights, and some of them have weight on the shank right here and some of them don't. But the cool thing is now you can take your Ned rigs and rig them up weedless, and now you can throw this thing anywhere you want. So this guy here has that molded on keeper. Once that's on there, that's not going anywhere. And then I can set this guy up right here, rig him up weedless, and I've got a nice weedless presentation right there. And the cool thing with this little guy here is that now when I put him in the water, he's going to sit straight up. So if I drop this guy in the tank,
Check it out.
there you go. But what you have now is you have the ability to let this guy fall and sit up in that defensive posture. He's always going to sit straight up. And you can see on the fall how he glides down. He doesn't just straight down to the bottom, it glides on the way down. So you have a lot of features on this bait that make it stand out from the other crawfish. And in the saltwater, that's going to look like any other crustacean out there, and you all know that everybody's going to eat that little guy. So it's not going to last long once it gets to the bottom, you know that. So if you want to learn more about any of this stuff, go to zmanfishing.com. Everything you need to know is on there. And thanks for coming out to the show.